Hi everyone, welcome to ICT Book, my channel. The This ICT Book channel almost discussing the IT topics, programming, web designing, graphic designing, many of the programming activities. And apart from that, thought of sharing some of my experience of working to IT industry for many years, and from the knowledge that I've gained. Um, you just wanted to share a few things. When topic is responsive leaders, like when you are a responsive leader, there are things to consider since there's a huge pandemic happening at the moment, and there's a huge uncertainty and huge economical turbulences happening. So the leaders are needed badly because the leaders are needed when the problems are there in nations, in the business and the economy. So leaders are needed to solve these problems and uh, work as a team to achieve the organizational objectives or your team objectives, your business objective. So let's see what we got on responsible leaders. Uh, so one important introduction I need to start the one of a major point we before we get into the other points on how to be a responsible leader. So responsibility always recognize and concentrate on the major employees in your organization, who do a major role in your organization, who are key workforces, key personnels in your organization, and they work with them. Then they're listening to their the discussions, criticisms, and the valuable ideas that they are giving. So that is how the responsible leadership should be started. uh, because your co-workers, or you're the people who are really experienced in your organization, who have seen many of the things, many of the operational administrative activities in the organization, what should be done, what shouldn't be done. They are the people who are really aware of that. So and the other thing is really difficult when it comes to the Asian cultures, working as a team and share their visions. That I've seen in many of the Sri Lankan or many Asian organization, that's not happening. So it is really much important uh, that when you are a responsive leader, so you need to listen to the others, their opinion, and drive a shared vision, because uh, and that's where you can accomplish the company objectives, and then and that is how you can get rid of the most of the big difficult time when your business is facing a really big difficult time, uh, because responsible leaders actually diagnostic what exactly the organization need, because the organization culture is made from the people who working inside there. So then implementing shared vision, working with the shared vision is always helping for team building, as well as to share your ideas and what best for the organization. And in when you start as a responsible leader, it's really you are the one who responsible of setting the tone for the organizational behavior. So what should be done, what should be not done, what are ethics, and how each and every employee should be respect and live work with empathy, and a lot of other properties which we will be going to discuss in next few slides. And it's really important. Leadership is always about taking advantage, capitalizing on the advantage. When you seek advantage, you need to really take that opportunity as an opportunity, and capitalize in order to achieve the business objectives. So because why in current situation, with this pandemic, there are less opportunity for many of these business organizations. So you need to look into what opportunities are available. Even some problems are opportunities, and some of the social difficulties are opportunities for you to go and seek them and make that as opportunity. And even always the responsible leaders need to find out the alternative paths, because there can be failures always when you start something, when you do a new product launch, when you try to sell some products, and you try to increase your sales forecast. Obviously there will be difficulties, so you need to look for an alternative path. And more importantly, these responsible leaders need to work with curiosity, humanity, empathy, and the resilience, because resilience, it's something really important, so just show you how fast you are adapting, and how tolerant you are in the organization when the problems are coming, when you are facing huge level of stress. So more importantly, this situation, I believe humanity, empathy is quite important as a responsive leader. Listen to them, listen to their emotional tones, and try to help them out. Remember, everybody is not the domain experts. Everybody some personals are they are experts, some are not, but some are really good at one particular task. Make sure that you are utilizing them into that task, as rather trust them out. uh, and find out always what went wrong every day, end of the day, end of the week, end of the month, what went wrong, why it's went wrong, how are you going to rectify that and come up with better solutions for those problems. So that is something where other responsible leaders need to look into that and make sure the motivation is always the key uh, for the success in a business. So you remember that when you wake up in the early in the morning, that you have to have that motivational word, and how you're going to motivate each and every employee in the organization. You entered from the organization where you met the security personnel, or the security personnel, or you will be meeting the receptionist, and all these members, all these workers, all these all your teammates and comrades should be motivated. And remember, more importantly, you know you will have a better experience, and you might have a better experience, and you have a better qualification, and you are a domain expert, but still your intellectual has to tally and balance with the emotions, because why, human made with emotions. Many of the organizational employees are not able to handle the stress, or the unwanted workload. So they actually into that. So then you need to understand that, and you need to manage your intellectuals with the emotions. And because if you're not listening to the emotion, if you are not the emotional leader in time when it needed, so I don't think you will have a better team in there. So keep your backpack. Many of these organization, um, which I was working, I already backpack, because when things are not going away, such rather keeping the position, uh, or rather keeping you're getting a salary, or because of your salary, you staying around, hanging around in there, just because you know that you're not capable, and you're not, maybe from you there's nothing happening for the organization, or maybe there's somebody better than you, give him opportunity. So please always keep your backpack, so the positions are given, sometimes positions were taken out from you, but that's okay, because the organization has to move to the next step. So that's something really important to do, because yeah, when you're getting older, when you're matured, and sometimes you cannot work with the same speed as you were working on the previous years. So you may have a lot of experience, and where you can work as a consultant certain time, and keep that in your mind, right? Rather keeping your position for many many years, by you know you know disturbing a lot of other hierarchies in the organization, if you are a CEO. So that one don't that's not working out, because I know, in many contexts in Sri Lanka, many of the CEOs, some CEOs are there in the organization for more than 10 years, even sometime, there's no significant improvement in the organization. There's nothing has actually happened in the organizational behavior, not develop the organizational behavior, culture, and the productivity. Nothing has happened, but still that same CEO is hanging around in this organization. So it's you need to keep your backpack. Yeah, in any business you will have oppositions. You have opponents, and you will have people who disagree and go for jargons and disputes. There are many of employees in that culture, because that's there's an emotional involved that you need to understand. Listen to your opponents and your opposites, people who come with the opposite idea. That's something where you need to really train yourself, because it's criticism is needed, and let them criticize, let them say what's wrong, because that they are from there you will learn. Maybe they will give you really key points in your organization to improve the sales forecast with your organization. Actually, lack on that problem. organization actually suffering from that problem. So that sometimes the opponent are the people who really give a perfect business ideas and business solutions. So you need to um, uh, 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 listen to them. More importantly, you have to talk candidly, because you need to be honest in every discussion you take, every meeting that you are taking with your comrades and your board of directors or whoever. So what is wrong, what is right, you need to stand up and say this is what we need to do and what we shouldn't do. So that's what. And it's really important. The business is always in a business, actually it's business are developed based on relationships matters a lot, because interconnection with people matters a lot to develop your business and to investigate new markets trend, to expand your business to new global opportunities. So that's really needed. And again, when it comes to Asian culture, uh, many of these leaders, once when they fail, they really not quickly recover. So you might be failed today, but tomorrow is another new day. You need to come up with a new plan and forget about bygones. Bygones are bygones already. So you need to come up with a new plan. If you fail, fine, it's okay. In the next new day, you get that experience and move across. And really important, even when you're about to take a major decision, at least wait for one day, at least 24 hours before you're taking a decision. Even if you can wait for a couple of more than one day, obviously you can take a decision. Because why? Do not let emotions to involve when you're taking decision, because in Asian context, what happen most of the time, you will take quick decision as a leaders, and you will end sometime end of the day you will be sabotage the entire organization with that. Um, and this decision can be made easier if you're prepared to listen to anyone. Thank you, everyone. I hope you have got something how do you be responsive leaders. And if you like this video, please keep a like, and you may comment down on below. And if you're still not subscribed by ICT Book, please subscribe. Thank you. Cheers.